Bonjour, French 2 students. Here are your Lesson 28 listening activities, workbook pages 237 and 238.
Unité 8. Les repas. Leçon 28. Pique-nique. Section 1. Les pronoms le, la, les. A. Compréhension orale. You will hear some people refer to other persons without naming them. Are they talking about one man, one woman, or several people? Listen carefully. If you hear the pronoun le, they are referring to a man. Check row A. If you hear the pronoun la, they are referring to a woman. Check row B. If you hear the pronoun les, they are referring to several people. Mark row C. Modèle. Jean-Paul la connaît. Did you hear la? Jean-Paul la connaît. Jean-Paul knows her. You would check row B. Commençons. 1.
Je ne la connais pas.
2. Tu la vois souvent? 3.
Nous les invitons.
4. Mes parents ne la connaissent pas. 5. Je le vois ce week-end. 6.
Vous ne la comprenez pas.
7.
Pourquoi est-ce que tu les attends?
8. Stéphanie le rencontre souvent. Now check your answers. You should have checked row A for items 1, 5, and 8. You should have checked row B for items 2, 4, and 6, and row C for items 3 and 7. B. Questions et réponses. Now you will hear a series of questions. Answer each one affirmatively using the pronouns le, la, or les as appropriate. Modèle. Tu connais Mélanie?
Oui, je la connais.
Tu regardes cette photo?
Oui, je la regarde.
Commençons. 1. Tu connais cette fille?
Oui, je la connais.
2. Tu connais ces garçons?
Oui, je les connais.
3. Tu connais Pierre?
Oui, je le connais.
4. Tu invites tes cousines?
Oui, je les invite.
5. Tu regardes ce film?
Oui, je le regarde.
6. Tu fais tes devoirs?
Oui, je l'ai fait.
7. Tu prends ton portable?
Oui, je le prends.
8. Tu ranges ta chambre?
Oui, je la range.
Here's the key for that.
Section 2. Les pronoms lui et leur. C. Compréhension orale. Now you hear people talking about other people. Are they talking about one person or several people? Listen carefully to the indirect pronoun they use. If you hear lui, they are talking about one person. Mark row A in your workbook. If you hear leur, they are talking about several people. Mark row B. Modèle.
Je leur téléphone souvent.
Did you hear leur? You would check row B. Commençons. 1.
Nous lui rendons visite samedi.
2.
Jean-Pierre leur montre ses photos.
3.
Tu lui parles de tes problèmes.
4.
Je leur prête mon scooter.
5.
Il ne leur prête pas d'argent.
6.
Je lui ai rendu visite hier.
Now check your answers. You should have checked row A for items 1, 3, and 6. You should have checked row B for items 2, 4, and 5. D. Compréhension orale. Listen to the following conversations and then indicate whether the statements in your workbook are true or false. Jean-Paul et Philippe passent les vacances à Deauville. Ils vont tous les jours à la plage. Les Français aiment beaucoup aller à la plage.
Et regarde la fille.
Tu la connais?
Non, je ne la connais pas. Attends. Si, je la connais. C'est la fille de nos nouveaux voisins.
Ah oui, c'est vrai.
On va lui parler?
Va lui parler si tu veux.
Bon, d'accord. Je vais lui parler. Mais qu'est-ce que je lui dis?
Demande-lui quelle heure il est.
Mais non, c'est ridicule.
Eh bien, demande-lui si elle est en vacances.
Écoute, c'est évident.
Alors, invite-la à aller au cinéma avec nous ce soir.
C'est peut-être un peu rapide, non?
Excuse-moi, est-ce que tu as l'heure, s'il te plaît?
Oui, il est 12h30.
Tu es en vacances?
Oui, et toi?
Moi aussi. Il y a un excellent film au Cyrano. Est-ce que tu veux aller au cinéma avec moi ce soir?
Mais avec plaisir.
Now check your answers.
1. Jean-Paul et Philippe sont à Deauville. Vrai. 2. À la plage, il voit une fille. Vrai. 3. Jean-Paul ne la connaît pas. Faux. 4. Jean-Paul va lui demander quelle heure il est. Faux. 5. Jean-Paul va lui demander si elle est en vacances. Faux. 6. Jean-Paul va l'inviter à aller au cinéma. Faux. 7. Jean-Paul ne lui parle pas. Vrai. 8. C'est un nouveau garçon qui parle à la fille. Vrai.
E. Questions et réponses. Now you will hear questions about your relationship with other people. Answer each question affirmatively or negatively using the appropriate pronoun le, la, les, lui or leur. Modèle.
Tu connais tes voisins?
Oui, je les connais.
Non, je ne les connais pas. Tu téléphones à ta cousine?
Oui, je lui téléphone.
Non, je ne lui téléphone pas.
Commençons.
1. Tu vois souvent tes cousins?
Oui, je les vois souvent.
Non, je ne les vois pas souvent. 2. Tu téléphones à ta copine?
Oui, je lui téléphone.
Non, je ne lui téléphone pas. 3. Tu connais bien ton voisin?
Oui, je le connais bien.
Non, je ne le connais pas bien.
4. Tu rends visite à ta tante?
Oui, je lui rends visite.
Non, je ne lui rends pas visite.
5. Tu téléphones à tes grands-parents?
Oui, je leur téléphone.
Non, je ne leur téléphone pas.
6. Tu parles souvent à ton prof?
Oui, je lui parle souvent.
Non, je ne lui parle pas souvent.
Here's the key for that.
Section 3. Dictée. F. Écoutez et écrivez. You will hear short dialogue spoken twice. First, listen carefully to what the people are saying. The second time you hear the dialogue, fill in the missing words. Écoutez.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
J'écris à ma cousine.
Qu'est-ce que tu lui dis?
Je l'invite à la boum samedi prochain.
Et les voisins, tu les invites aussi?
Oui, je vais leur téléphoner.
Listen again and fill in the missing words.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
J'écris à ma cousine.
Qu'est-ce que tu lui dis?
Je l'invite à la boum samedi prochain.
Et les voisins, tu les invites aussi?
Oui, je vais leur téléphoner.
So that key, qu'est-ce que tu fais? J'écris à ma cousine. Qu'est-ce que tu lui dis? Je l'invite à la boum samedi prochain. Et les voisins, tu les invites aussi? Oui, je vais leur téléphoner. So, what are you doing? I'm writing to my female cousin. What are you going to tell her or say to her? I'm going to invite her to the party next Saturday. And the neighbors, are you going to invite them also? Yes, I'm going to call them. All right, moving on to your homework. Your homework are the workbook pages for lesson 28. In activity 1, connaissance. Complete the sentences below with the appropriate forms of connaître. Your answers could be affirmative or negative. So again, you're just using the present tense forms of connaître, okay, conjugated in these. So for number 1, if you know San Francisco be je connais, I don't, so I'd say je ne connais pas San Francisco. Exercice 2, les photos d'Isabelle. While showing pictures of her friends, Isabelle makes comments about them. Complete her sentences with the appropriate direct object pronouns. So again, you're going to be choosing from le, la, or les. Okay, so again, we're talking about just one male person here. So these are probably going to be le. Okay, so we have je le connais très bien. Je le rencontre souvent au café. Je, l'apostrophe because NA starts with the vowel, l'aide avec ses devoirs. So to decide which one of these to use, you have to look at who she's talking about. 3. Correspondance. Jean-Francois, your French pen pal, has written you a letter asking about your activities. Answer his questions affirmatively or negatively using direct object pronouns. So, tu regardes la télé, do you watch TV? And you're going to either say, yes, I watch it, or no, I don't watch it. So, again, kind of these words here, these should not be in your answers, right? You're going to replace them, okay, with an object pronoun. And again, a le, a la, or a lay. So, tu regardes les matchs de foot? Do you watch soccer games? So I don't, so I'd say no. Je ne les regarde. Have to conjugate regard correctly, which is now it's going to be with an E. Pas. Okay. So again, you're writing sentences like that for the 10 of those. 4. Une colonie de vacances. You are at a French summer camp. Your roommate is asking whether he or she can do the following things. Answer affirmatively or negatively according to the way you feel. So, je prends ta raquette. Okay. So, again, you're using these direct object pronouns, le, la, or les. And again, you're replacing what's in the question with the direct object. So, oui prends la or ne le la prends pas. Okay, so can I take your racket? Yes, take it, or no, don't take it. So, je prends ton appareil photo. Okay, so can I take your camera? I would say no, ne le prends pas. Le, because ton appareil photo is masculine. Okay. Numero 5, les cadeaux. Imagine that you have bought the following presents. Decide which one you are giving to each of the following people and then write out your choices. If you wish, you may decide on other presents that are not illustrated. So, à mon père, so one of these things that you would give him, je lui donne une cravate. So, the je and the don stays the same every time. This one is Louis because I'm talking about one person. Okay, and then you're going to choose what you would give them. So, à ma mère, of the choices there, maybe I would give her a cat. So, je lui donne un chat. Okay, so what you choose to give them is up to you. 6. Les copains d'Elan. Raphael wants to know more about Elan's friends. Complete Elan's answers with the appropriate pronouns direct, le, la, l'apostrophe, or les, or indirect, lui, or leur. Again, the difference here is indirect should be introduced by an a. Okay, so if there's an a, like here we have a Eric, that's going to be a Louis or a leur, and it's a Louis because Eric is one person. So in number 1, tu connais bien Marthe, there's no a in that, so it's going to be either the le, la, l'apostrophe, or les, and because Marthe is a girl, it would be je la. Okay, so again, you're choosing the correct direct or indirect object pronoun. 7. Lettre de vacances. In the summer, we like to write to people we know and let them know what we are doing. Complete the following sentences with the appropriate forms of écrire and dire. François écrit à sa copine. Il lui dit qu'il veut lui rendre visite. So the first sentence every time is going to be a form of écrire, and dire will be in your second sentence every time. So, nous écrivons, okay, à nos copains, nous leur disons que nous passons des vacances géniales. So, again, this is the present tense forms of écrire and dire. 8. Communication. Êtes-vous serviable? Are you helpful? Are you helpful? Of course you are. Write 2 things you would do for the following people in the circumstances mentioned below. Be sure to use the appropriate direct or indirect object pronouns. You may want to select some of the verbs in the box. Okay, so ma meilleure amie a un problème avec sa famille. So my best friend has a problem with her family. So maybe je lui téléphone, I'm going to call her. Je l'aide, I'm going to help her. Je lui parle, I'm going to talk to her. Je l'invite chez moi, I'm going to invite her to my house. So, mes grands-parents sont malades. My grandparents are sick. So maybe I'm going to write them. Je leur écris. And maybe I'm going to visit them. So, je leur rende visite. Now, these are leur because we use écrire with a, and we use rendre visite with a, okay, in French. And so I have to use an indirect object pronouns. Remember, indirect objects, you're going to have an a after your verb, and that's why you're using an indirect object pronoun. And that is the end of your homework. Au revoir. À demain.